Next week I'm going to be starting a series about filling the freezer. I am due to give birth next month and I really want to fill the freezer with as many meals as I can for postpartum. My maternity leave starts next week and I really enjoy being in the kitchen, so hopefully I should have enough time to do that. But it did get me thinking, what if you don't have time, or what if you have no inclination to spend days in the kitchen filling the freezer? What other alternatives are out there? Which brought me to All Plants. All Plants is a meal service, a subscription box, a bit like you've seen before on this channel, only this one the meal is fully prepared and it comes frozen and you just pop it into the freezer and then you defrost it when you're ready to eat. They are all vegan based meals, there's lots of vegetables in there and the ingredients are pretty healthy. I enjoyed most of the meals, some of them were a little bit hit and miss, but I've done this video in the style of a regular unboxing, so I'm just going to go through and tell you what I thought of the service. The box is here, let's have a look inside. Everything is still frozen, it came packed in dry ice. One thing I really like is they send you a returns label and you can send all the packaging back for free. Free post, that's great. These are the meals, they're a good size. So with this box you actually get 6 meals, which is a lot more than you normally get in kind of these delivery boxes. And everything is prepped. The only thing I'm going to need is a good deal of space in the freezer. Unfortunately, I had a big shelf free in the freezer. We're trying the first meal tonight, so it's the Oriakhi Bowl. The cooking instructions, 760 grams, so it should be plenty for 2, are on the back. It would be handy to have something with these on, so I don't have to go through the freezer. I think they might all have the same cooking time, but let's see. 40 to 45 minutes in the oven. This smells really good. It's a sweet and smoky paella with roasted red peppers, artichoke hearts and shredded king oyster mushrooms. For 2 to share. High in protein and iron. Sounds good. I was so surprised by the textures in this. The mushrooms were still firm, and I think with freezer meals there is an expectation that it's going to be pretty mushy, and it wasn't at all. The sauce had quite a strong flavour. There was something very intense, almost like those powdery kind of sirloin sauces that you get, and it could have probably been toned down a little bit, but it was definitely far superior to anything that you would normally buy, like ready meals or microwave meals. And the ingredients list was really good, everything was clearly recognisable, there was no odd additives or preservatives that I hadn't heard of. This one tonight looks really nice as well. This was recommended that you did it in the oven without the plastic on it, not the microwave, so you get the crispy top. And it's the lasagna, which is a rich walnut ragu poured between layers of lasagna topped with fresh herbs and our light butternut squash bechamel. It does actually look quite meaty.
It does, it's all that meaty walnut.
Yeah. But it looks, I feel like it needs something else with it. I don't know if it's like a complete meal on its own, like it needs a green veg on the side.
Well, I'm having wine with it, so...
That doesn't make it a complete meal.
Wine is like 2 of you 5 a day.
This lasagna was my absolute favourite out of the whole box, and it's one of the most popular choices on the website as well. You can order like the popular choice box and it gives you the 6 most popular dishes. This is one of them. It was what vegan food should be. You didn't miss the meat in it at all. It was really tasty and the consistency was so thick and rich. I think I'm going to keep saying this, but especially because it was a frozen meal, I was really impressed. It's definitely one that I would order again or try and recreate myself. I really enjoyed it. Tonight we're having this Carolan Sundown, which is a curry. It looks very tasty. It has to be stirred up, so all the stuff goes all the way through it. It wasn't as great as the first 2. There was something a bit mushy about it. I don't know if it was the lentils, but there was also some liquid, like some wateriness that came out of it. The flavours though were great. It's just the textures that were a bit off, and there definitely wasn't anything crunchy in it. There was no crunchy symbol to it. I think it's symbol that they've got in there. And those squares, they kind of broke up and went through it. It just wasn't a great texture for me. Tonight we're having this BBQ Burrito Bowl, which has got the barbecue jackfruit, refried beans, And then this is smashed avo corn cream. And there's also Mexican rice topped with a fresh slaw. This is a burrito bowl all plated up. It might be nice with a tortilla or something to make a bowl. This is the one that I was most excited about. I've had jackfruit a few times before. It seems to go very often with this barbecue smoky flavour. I would have liked it a little bit less citrusy and a bit more fiery, but that's probably a personal preference. Similarly with the avocado avo cream, that was also quite limey. There was just a very strong citrus flavour to the whole dish, and the texture was a little bit on the mushy side. But again, the flavours were all there. The only thing I would mention about this one is it was the one that left us kind of wanting more. All of them, you've seen the size of them, they're quite generous portions, were filling for the first couple of hours. But this one, afterwards, we were kind of like, oh, do you fancy something else to eat? Tonight we're having this orzo dish. Oh, it's hard to pop this one. It has got a 40-minute cooking time, just like the others. I'm not sure what these little balls are actually. I think they've got aubergine, polpetti. We shall see. That one was probably the only one I wouldn't buy again. It did just have a tomatoey type sauce to it that reminded me of something that you would probably buy off the supermarket shelf. It didn't have that kind of fancy specialness that the other dishes had. It was just a little bit simple. Tonight we're having this super green risotto. It smells really nice. It's got a couple of big pieces of asparagus on it there. It looks good. The super green risotto, we'd both been moving down the pile and we'd left it till last because it just seemed, I don't know, it looked that kind of healthy plain way, maybe because it was so green, but it was actually amazing and I would buy it again. I was really impressed with it. It tasted really fresh. The rice was a slight bit on the mushy side. It wasn't quite as firm as I would have gone for, but the flavours through it were really nice, and it did taste like fresh. It didn't taste like frozen. It tasted like fresh green vegetables in it. So I definitely think I would buy this one again as well. So as you can see, it was a little bit of a mixed bunch, but I would really like to stress how good the ingredients are in this compared to all the preservatives that you get in just regular microwave meals, or compared to like ordering in a takeaway. I think this would be amazing to have in the freezer and just reach for. They all cooked in the oven in 45 minutes, but you could also have had them in a microwave and they would be ready in 13 minutes. We literally had no washing up, like the big spoon we served it with and the 2 plates, which just makes life to be so simple, which I think is definitely what we're gonna want when we've got a newborn here. So definitely impressed with it and I would recommend it. I think it would be nice to buy as a subscription for someone, so they have those meals coming. You can sign up to it as a subscription, or you can have it as a one-off box, but it does only come in 6s. So a lot of subscription boxes, you normally get 3 dishes, but with this one you get 6. It does work out a little bit more expensive because of that, but I think it's a lovely little box, and for freezer meals, for having something there and ready to go that's healthy and good ingredients and lots of taste and simple, I would definitely recommend it. I also of course recommend making your own if that's what you fancy, and I'll be starting a series of filling my freezer next Wednesday. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.